sun don't shine when you're not near. I don't feel like I do when you're with me. It felt like suddenly our souls collided, hearts entwined. When I decided to make you mine, I'm never going back. I know that's a fact.
This video is going to be a pony-filled weekend because I'm horse and farm sitting for my friend, looking after her 3 horses and her dog. I'm also taking care of Mickey for the weekend, hopefully trying to get his abscess to burst if it hasn't already, because, well, Natalie was supposed to be away, but she's sick. So I'm still keeping my auntie duties for the weekend, and I'm also looking after Merlin. So 1 weekend, 5 horses. I'm really excited. I'm going to be riding 2 of my friend's horses and riding Merlin, and yeah, it should be a fun weekend. So I thought that I would bring you along. So first on the docket for the weekend is going to be this little girl. So this is Dixie. She's 4.5, I think. She's a little 14 one-hand large pony. I've ridden her a little bit over the last 1.5 years or so, and I just adore her. So we're gonna go for a little ride. I'm gonna do some schooling with her, I think, especially at the trot. Try to get her working into a little connection. Yes, you are the sweetest little pony ever. Oh, good pony. So it wouldn't be Pivo riding footage in one of my videos without a good old voiceover. So when I got on, I made sure that Dixie didn't walk off and that she stood there for a few seconds, just because she is a young horse and it's an essential skill for them to have. So what I was focusing on mostly in this ride was getting her moving forward off of my leg in a steady rhythm into my hand. Here the bugs were bugging her a little bit and she went forward into the trot, bless her. The bugs were really bad on the weekend, so I was making sure to ride in the kind of early morning. So this was, I think, at about 8 a.m. You can see every now and again she ducks her head into her chest to get at the bugs. So something I find about a lot of young horses, once they've reached the stage in their training where they're pretty solid under saddle but they're still quite green, is that there can be a lot of variance within their paces. So they can be going really slow and then they speed up and then they go slow again and then they speed up. So following the fundamentals of the basic scales of training for dressage, I was mostly focused on rhythm during this ride, and that had the added benefit of her actually offering a few really nice moments, especially towards the end of the trot, of not quite connection, but she was definitely, as they would say, on the bit. And it's so interesting to watch the difference in her trot here, where it's so nice and open and she's nearly tracking up, and she is tracking up in some spaces, versus her trot at the beginning, which was a bit choppy in places. So then we went down to a walk, and here I'm trying to see if she'll offer a little bit of stretch, and as you can see right there, she does offer a couple of moments of hinting at a stretch, which was really great, and she got big pats for that. Then we go up into the canter, and as you can see, she has the cutest little pony canter in the world, and I was basically staying off her back and just asking her to canter forward at an even pace without me needing to put much leg on. Something I was trying to work at in the 3 times that I rode her over the weekend, was helping her to develop her own motor, so that when kids ride her, that they don't need to constantly have their leg on. It's kind of like once you canter, you stay in the canter. And I definitely noticed a difference in her motor from this ride to when I rode her on the Monday. So little Dixie Doodle was a very good girl, weren't you? She was very, very good. She's still quite green, so I was just trying to focus on doing a little bit of schooling, focused on moving off my inside leg to outside rein, basically. And as a result, we had a few really nice moments where she started to kind of offer a connection, not for more than one stride. It was literally like head down and then back up. But I got a really nice idea of what she might start to look and feel like when she gets a little bit stronger and starts to understand the inside leg to outside rein a little bit more. Yeah. You're a very good girl. It's probably the best ride I've had on you. What are you doing there, Doodles? Oh, sorry, I worked you so hard, didn't I? size difference here is hilarious. Yes, he's funny. Come on, you. Like opposite ends of the spectrum here. From 14-1 to 17-1. That's a big horse. That's a big horse. Yes. You are comedically large. Oh, there's that handsome face. Oh, it's a good man. Your feet are like 3 times the size of Dixie's. Like. That looks about right. That looks about right. So I think it's safe to say that getting on this guy was a lot more difficult than getting on Dixie was. So this is NATHALIE. He's my friend's 10 or 11-year-old show jumper. He has competed up to 115, and he has actually been on this channel before back in October of 2023 when Merlin and I went on a trail ride with our friend and we got that beautiful, gorgeous GoPro footage. NATHALIE was Merlin's buddy and trail leader. Now the goal for these rides with him was just to give him a leg stretch and to see how he was feeling after he had had a week off following 2 weeks of showing. So this was on a Saturday. I had taken him on a hack the previous Sunday and he had shown on the Saturday. So this was like his first proper quote-unquote ride back after showing, and he was feeling really, really good. Now I think this is a fabulous example of how whenever you get on a new horse, you're going to adapt your riding to that horse and try to figure them out rather than trying to get the horse to fit your style of riding. So the first few minutes that I was trotting around, I was just trying to figure him out and figure out how he likes to be ridden in a nice contact. So you'll notice a big difference in his head carriage and his level of relaxation at the start versus when I start to understand his buttons a little bit more. Here was where he really started to soften and I started to feel like, aha, okay, we're getting somewhere. Now don't get me wrong, this horse isn't completely new to me. I've ridden him a few times before, but it's mostly been hacking. I think I've only ridden him once, maybe twice in the arena, and that was about a year ago, I think. Actually, almost exactly a year ago. So even though I know him really, really well on the ground, I'm still quite new to riding him under saddle, like properly in an arena. And as you can probably tell, he's a big, buff, gentle giant with a lot of power. So even though he's only technically like 2, maybe 3 inches taller than Merlin, he's much older, so he's filled out a lot more and he has a lot more power to his strides than I'm used to, especially in the canter. His canter is like a proper carrying show jumping canter. It's very long, there's a lot of air time, and it's absolutely beautiful, but it's unlike anything I've ever ridden before. And I remember when I rode him for the first time last year and I put him up into the canter, my first thought was, holy crap, he's going so fast. And then when I got off and I looked at the videos, I was like, he's going at a nice leisurely pace. I'm just not used to a canter of that length and with that much airtime. So yeah, for the entirety of this ride, I was just having a blast and trying to learn from him, getting some experience riding different big horses, because let's be honest, I'm not going to teach him anything. I'm just exercising him. And that's what I think is so wonderful about having the opportunity to ride a lot of different horses of different sizes and experience levels, is that with Dixie, I can do my best to teach her things that she doesn't know, versus getting on NATHALIE, he can teach me stuff about being adaptable and learning how to find horses' different buttons. And yeah, I couldn't help but leave in my dismount because he's so much higher up off the ground than Dixie.
Were you a very, very good boy? Were you a superstar? That's my boo. Were you a superstar? Do you want a cookie? Yeah, you're a big ham, aren't you? You're such a good boy. You're just doing a little stretchy ride, weren't we? Did you compete the last couple of weeks? You did some big boy classes? Like that? Good boy. Grass for a very, very, very good boy. Someone saw me bring out his feed and his meds and came to wait. Hi, Mouse. So this is how we're walking today.
Definitely still lengthy, but better than the other night. So thanks to the work of his mummy, this boy is very, very, very good at soaking. Hi, Mums. You're a good boy. Someone is not impressed. He says, I just want this freaking abscess to be gone, Auntie. I have never met a horse that one licks his bowl clean this strongly and that takes so long to eat. Yes, Mouse. Been sitting here like 20 minutes and you can't leave yet because you'll dump it, won't you? Yeah. So it's been 2 days since I gave him his injection. I took yesterday away because I had a long day at work, and then I had to go out and take care of my friend's horses. So today I'm going to do just a light, probably 35-minute ride with him, including a lot of walk. And we're gonna go do our first proper dressage school in our new dressage saddle. So Merlin has come to the rehab paddock that Mickey's in while his abscess bursts. And he wants Mousy to come, but Mousy's not coming. So I'm only going to leave a little bit of this footage in because you guys have seen Merlin do flat work more than enough times. Rather than riding in the dressage arena like I was planning on doing, I ended up riding on the grass and I actually had a lot of fun. I will definitely say that after months and months of riding in my jump saddle, it's going to take me a little bit to get used to riding in my dressage saddle with longer stirrups again. Your girl has been struggling a little bit, and I kept things really basic this ride, just working on bending and flexion, consistency and contact. We did a couple little efforts at an extension in the trot, doing some serpentines like you can see here, and just honestly exposing him to more things. So now that we've been at our new farm for a month, the lower arena that we normally ride in and the track and that kind of area has kind of become his safe space because it's close to his field. There are a lot more distractions and it's a much bigger environment in the top dressage arena with the jump field on the side, so I try to keep that in mind with what I ask him to do. So despite being there for a month, this was actually his first time cantering up in the front area of the property, and he was a very, very good boy. So it is now Sunday, and I didn't really talk much after I rode Merlin yesterday, so he was a really, really good boy. It was my first proper time schooling in my dressage saddle, and Lordy, it's like I've forgotten how to ride in a dressage saddle, so going to be working on that for sure. I'm currently aboard NATHALIE and we're going to do another stretchy ride, so we're just doing our walk warm up, and then I'm just going to do same thing as yesterday, a little bit of trot, a little bit of canter, just to get his legs stretching because he's just had, I think, a week off after competing for 2 weeks. So just doing a little stretchy stretch, and then I will ride Dixie. And I think with Miss Dixie I'm going to do a little bit of jumping, which is very exciting.
Cosas que quiero explorar contigo. Qué rico el bronceado marcado en tu ombligo. Me encontraste cuando más estaba perdido. Tengo motivos para quedarme, nunca soltarte. Eres mi vicio, de ti no quiero curar. Voy a besarte en medio del solsticio. Si Dios lo quiso, me puso en tu sitio. Por ti, partí, te vi. Sentí que me volví.
So I'm on to little Dixie now, and I did some flat work schooling with her yesterday and she was really, really good. So today we're going to switch it up a little bit and I'm going to do just a little bit of jumping. There's tiny little verticals set up and I kind of just want to get her working on cantering up to, over, and away from the jumps because I think she tends to kind of slow, like a lot of young horses, she tends to slow down after the fence. Plan is for this to be literally 25-30 minutes. So this little 25-30 minute jump school on Dixie was actually really productive. So I didn't waste her energy. I just did a really basic warm-up walk, trot, canter on each rein. And then I just started trotting into the fences to let her have a look at them. I did them 1 or 2 times at the trot each way. And I was encouraging her to canter afterwards, even if it was only a few steps, that was fine. And she was very quickly getting into the groove of it, so much so that I started letting her canter into fences, and she was cantering on the way out without me needing to put extra leg on, which was fabulous. And I just felt that as she was going through and gaining confidence, she just started to develop her own little motor. So I'm gonna leave this last little bit here quite raw, so we canter in, but she wanted to trot, so I let her, but we cantered away. She landed on the correct lead, so I decided, you know what, we're gonna do, I don't know if you can really call it a course because it was just jumping jumps in one direction, but we stayed at a canter and she got pretty much every stride. I was encouraging her to keep her motor going forward, and we went back over the same jump that she had trotted into the previous time, and she got a really nice shot. Continued around, she's keeping a nice steady pace. Previously she will have gone a little bit slower, a little bit faster. I was just wanting to keep the same rhythm that we had worked on the day before. And for this final go around, I said, okay, you've got a really nice, steady, rhythmical canter going. We're gonna go all the way around and then we're gonna go over that last red jump to finish it off. And it kind of looks here like I'm asking her to step up to meet the jump on a stride, but she actually saw the stride and went over it with the cutest little jump. So I trotted her a little bit and then I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get off here. Such a good pony, big cuddles and kisses and immediate loosening of the girth. She was so good.
So this little pony was an absolute star. You were so good. Do you like jumpies? Do you like jumpies? I think you like jumpies. And she's starting to get a motor of her own, which is great. That's the thing I find about young horses. Like Merlin now has his own motor, but for the longest time, he needed a lot more support from my leg. Does that feel good? I think she's reaching a point where that motor is coming, which is great. How are you feeling today? You're looking chipper. You're seeming very chipper, which is good. You're gonna soak your foot again and put another boot on. Hey, Mouse. I try to be nice and put my child's fly mask on for him, and what does he do? Or one of his friends? Take it off. What do you have to say for yourself, sir? Huh? Taking your fly mask off? To aim for like downward transitions at specific letters.
Okay.
And you know he has issues with downward transitions.
Yeah.
So giving myself something to aim for is actually working pretty well.
We love. Wow, look at him.
Because I know like I need to start.
He looks so grown.
Starts to feel my like body movement or whatever.
He looks so grown today.
Yeah, I find he looks like distinguished in his dressage track.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. What a stunning boy. Look at him. I didn't even know if I was filming her there. I was so distracted. Aw, prancy pony. His little feet. Oh my god. I'm in love.
Well done.
Look at that booty work. Boo, boo, boo. Ooh, there's a little dust though. How pretty the sky. Ooh, so nice. I need to get some angles of Kaitlyn with that, but I'll wait. Ooh, that looks fancy.
Right.
Wow. There we go. Now she's cantered in here. Very bueno.
Steady.
Very nice. Good boy. And good Kaitlyn.
Holy shit.
I'm not quite sure what that car is doing.
Yeah, I know. Feels like he's gonna blow a friggin' gasket. You know when they feel like they're a ticking time bomb about to explode?
Yeah.
Go away.
At least now he's like, doesn't really give a shit.
Well, he's getting used to it. Easy. I don't think I've actually walked him around the outside yet.
Aw.
How fun is that? Oh, we're gonna have to figure out how to go around Auntie.
Yeah, because I'm so scary. Now we just have to get a fake bell. And then I'll ring the bell.
Oh my god.
I used to ride a pony who was very scared of the bell. So every time I had to like go to by the judge and be like, he's gonna spook at the bell, but like I'll still start then.
That's hilarious.
How cute. Just on an adventure. There's a bug on me. I need to end this so I can wipe it. Look at that walk.
Hot to go walk on. Oh. And he doesn't want to stop. Oh. 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 So I'm just finishing with Merlin and I'm very sweaty. You can hear his hoofbeats as he's cantering back to his buddies. We rode out front in the dressage arena. He was very good, but we had some baby brain moments. There was a lot going on and it's really, really good for him to be exposed to stuff like that. I kind of have to remind myself that like my vision of what I was hoping to do in the ride sometimes has to be adjusted. Oh my God, you guys are melting my heart. Mickey. Oh, mess. Can we not, Mickey? Can we not? Thanks. Appreciate it.
So I forgot my balance. And Kaitlyn was like, oh, I'll just hold Mickey. And I'm like, girl, what are you gonna do? She is ponying my horse around the ring right now. I'm so glad they are best friends, because what the heck? It's a little windy, and of course it doesn't want to stay still. But we're happy to be on. We don't care. We're not going to complain. Ooh. These are Mickey's ears. I disappeared from this channel for a while because I couldn't ride. Now this ring rod's looking better. And foot despite still having to be wrapped for another 2 days, is better. Back to Kaitlyn, who this channel is actually about. I don't even know if this is for a video. I just know that every time I record something it ends up in a video, so I'm just gonna act like it is. I won't say anything too crazy. He's so shiny. Like, it's the most gloomy day possible, and that thing's just shining. Oh, there we go.
Ride your horse.
I'm riding my horse. I'm not supposed to do too much. Today, Kaitlyn's getting really tired of me. I'm acting like another child. It's okay. She missed this. What a nice, stretchy boy.
Climb on something, climb on something.
Wow.
Grab his right. Merlin.
Merlin.
No.
He's like, I go on a ride. Oh, okay. No. Aww.
Alright. He's like, Mom, you got grass? Mom, I want grass.
Oh, you guys are cute. Look at Merlin. So cute. Not at me. Oh. Mm. Yes. He's like, okay, I'm done.
So I wouldn't be me if I didn't forget to film an outro, so I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing some of the other ponies in my life. If you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, comment down below, and hit the like button because it really does help me out. And I will see you next time with Merlin's first jumps back.